Hi, this is Phil and Wings from SkiTalk.com, two of our testers, and we are going to talk about the 80 to 90 millimeter segment of skis. The 80 to 90 millimeter segment is a melting pot of skis. We've got a big array of designs here, and quite frankly, it can get confusing. And we want to help with the clarification of this segment and help you choose the best ski for you. Now, before you say, boy, you don't have this ski from this company or that ski from another company, please understand we're trying to take skis here that have just specifically different designs, not necessarily all skis from all manufacturers, because there is a lot of overlap. There's a lot of similarities in design, but what we're really want to show you right now is the shape of the skis. So we've got 10 skis here behind us. Any of these skis, we can make a 1 through 10 list, and any one could be number 1, any one can be number 10, depending on what you're looking for in a ski. So this is one of the reasons on our SkiTalk.com and our reviews, we really avoid number ratings of skis because I really think that is unfair to the ski, because depending on the application of what you might be looking for in that ski, it might not be good for you. Same thing, we don't have a best in test because quite frankly, we've got 10 skis here. Every single one of these skis could be best in test. Again, depending on what you are looking for. So we're really going to try and help you avoid some of the rhetoric and the numbering of skis to help you choose the best skis for you. Greg, what can you add to that?
Well, I think that even though skis have similar waist widths, or even some have similar shapes, I mean, depending on like the rise and the tips and the tails, I mean, that could really change the characteristics of the ski.
And that's before we even get into camber and flex in the ski. But let's, at this point, I just want to concentrate on shape of a ski. And this is where even in one of my previous articles, this is going to allow you to be what I call as a ski detective, where you can take a look at a ski and give yourself an idea on how that ski is going to react on snow and weed out maybe what you don't want. And knowing what you don't want in a ski and the way a ski is designed is important as knowing what you do want.
Absolutely.
So we're going to concentrate first here on what I refer to as the wide, narrow skis. Now, these are skis that come from and usually a 70 to 80 millimeter category, and the manufacturer took that design and just made it wider, like a lot of us Americans have gotten wider over the course of a number of years. So on this side over here, we're going to take a look at these skis. Now, most of these are full cambered skis, but if we take a look at the shape of these skis, we're going to see that these skis are going to react differently. We've got the head and the blossom over here that are very traditional in that tip shape. And both of these, the blossom is a full camber ski, which means that camber runs to the full contact point, where the head does have a little bit of rise in it, but we still have a lot of flare up here in the tip. What does that mean in turn, Greg?
Well, that just usually means like initiation. I mean, when you have a lot of flare like in the tip where it starts to get a little wider, that means as soon as you roll that ski on edge, I mean, that thing's going to react, it's going to grab, it's going to be ready for its next turn.
Yep. Then we take a look at the Kästle over here, the PX81. This ski's a lot straighter through here. This one's going to be a little more relaxed in turn. It's not going to pull you with that turn, but if you want that turn to be there, it's going to be there. So that's where this ski is going to react a little bit easier. And actually, with the shape of the ski, and you can even take a look into the tail, you can modulate that turn a little bit easier. Not too dissimilar to that of the Renoun over here. So, and we take a look here at the Atomic. The Redster definitely falls into this category over here. And again, just the name Redster lets you notice that this can evolve from their race skis, their Redster collection. We have a lot of their race ski technology in this ski. This is definitely a wide, narrow ski at 84, 85 underfoot. So that's where that ski is going to be very hard snow biased on it, and it's going to really reward a powerful skier. So you can see the shape and the tip on it. Now, let's go over to see what you have over here, a segment that I refer to as narrow wide skis.
Right. So over here we have things like the Core 87, the Kendo, and even our new Peak 88 by Bodie Miller. These skis, even though they are built off characteristics from like front side carving skis. They're actually not really.
No.
I mean, we get a different profile from the tip shape. We get a little more rise in the tail. We don't really have a lot of that flare up front, so it may not be that instant grab. We also get, again, more rocker in the tip, so they tend to be a little more off-piste oriented, even though they're on the narrow side.
Yep.
It just gives a little more versatility. Maybe if you get harder snow, chunkier snow, you can still kind of take it in variable conditions, where front side skis don't always perform the best there, you know.
So if you, again, with the Core 87, the Core series is a vast series of ski going anywhere from 87 to 117, with this being the narrowest. So again, narrow wide ski. The Kendo here is basically a narrow M6,
right?
A narrow mantra, and that's where this ski, even when that Kendo evolved more than a decade ago, that's what it evolved from. And the Peak, again, Bodie was really adamant in the creation of this new series of ski, not too dissimilar to that of the Core, in that he's got the Peak collections in 88, 98, 104, I think 110 in the series of their skis, again, narrow wide ski.
Yeah, I mean, I think you take a lot of these skis, and as you're saying, they're built off some of the wider platform skis.
Yep.
You look at some of these and you think, okay, maybe we want to build this for other conditions. Maybe we want to build this for more of an East Coast, market.
Yep, no, absolutely. And then in the middle here, we've got actually a little bit of a blend of some skis here. We'll take a look at the Lusti here as a manufacturer out of the Czech Republic. And their CWR collection ranges anywhere from, I think, an 81 up to a 95. 87 falls right in the middle of that. But we do have a lot more flare in the tip here. And at 87 underfoot with, I think, a 134 on the tip is definitely a much broader tip than we find in a lot of the skis here. And I would have to say, of all the skis, I think it's probably the broadest of the tip. Yeah. So we've got a wider platform here that's going to have a front side initiation on it. But we'll take a look at it. We do have some rocker here, so it doesn't lock you into that. And again, a fan favorite and one of our testers' choices, the Rossignol Experience 86 tie. This is the third generation of experiences from Rossi. The first generation was a very biased, frontside biased ski with a shape not too dissimilar to the head over here. Then the second generation, they swung the pendulum over this way here along a tip rise. Now, with, say, the Experience 86 here, we've got a tip rise here, a lot more rise here in the tip, yet we've got a running surface, a side cut that runs past the running surface. So we've got a ski that's going to initiate really easy in those turns. So we've got a mix of there, so we've got a good mix there. Again, we can take a look at these skis. We can make an argument for every single one of these skis. There's not a bad ski here. We've got our favorites. You've got your favorites. Everybody has their favorites, and not bad choices. But what we're really trying to help you avoid is the wrong choices in a ski. And that, to me, is just as important as picking the right ski. If we can weed out what doesn't work, you can pick 2 or 3 of these skis, throw a dart at the wall, and really not make a bad choice.
Really not. I mean, it's just more, do you want a little more all-mountain capability, or are you just trying to focus, more on the front side?
Yeah. So, I mean, we've got skis on this side here that really are good one-ski quivers. Yep. Here is where we might want to have a wider version to complement that. If you want to expand, to give yourself an opportunity to have a couple different skis, to have better skis for different conditions.
Yeah. And, I mean, you can see examples like that, from Stokely, who have created a new line of skis called the Montero, yep. And they do both an AX and an AR. Yep. The AX focusing a little closer over here.
Right in this range here.
Yeah, yep. Right over here. But then with the AR, you're coming more towards this Lusti in that wider platform.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And this kind of bridges, and again, using Stokely as an example, into the Storm Rider collection.
Right.
So they separated the AX and AR from the Laser collection, brought them into their own segment in here, and then went wider there.
Yeah, with the Storm Rider.
Right. So, and again, every one of these manufacturers has multitude of options. I mean, head, we have 2 skis shown here from a head, but I think they've got 4 or 5 skis in this mid 80 millimeter segment. So you've got some different options there. But again, there's no bad choices. So in this process, thank you very much for watching. Again, if you have any questions or comments that you want to add, please add them to the comments section below. But more importantly, you got to remember, skiing is fun. To read the full review of this ski, please go to skitalk.com and click on the review tab.
Please also hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more reviews and other ski-related content, and add thoughts in the comment section below.
Of course, follow skitalk.com on all of our social media channels. And remember, no matter how still you are, bend stiller.